guys, and welcome to Cooking with Fat Julie, where I share tips and tricks in the kitchen as well as quick and easy recipes. Today I'm going to show you how to make a really easy apple pie. Start by preheating your oven to 425 degrees. You're going to want about 6 cups of apples, so that's going to be anywhere between 4 to 6 apples. Mine are really big, so I'm going to start off with 4 and add another one if needed. Now you can cut those apples up as thin or as thick as you want them. Some people even add applesauce because that's the way they like it. Here are what my cut up apples look like. I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of sugar. Now I prefer brown sugar, but as you know I can't find it here in France, so I'm going to use cane sugar. 2 tablespoons of flour to thicken up your sauce. 3/4 of a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. About 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and if you like, about 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and then throw in about a tablespoon of lemon juice just to keep your apples from browning. So I'm going to throw that in and mix it up and then show you what that looks like. So all the ingredients have been mixed up with the apples. I'm just going to pop them into the pie crust and then I'll show you what that looks like. Here you will see the apples in my pie crust. I'm just going to put a crust on top of that. Now, of course, you can decorate your crust however you want. I'm just going to make mine really simple. I'm going to press it down a little bit around the edges. And then using a fork, I'm going to go all around to make sure that both of my pie crusts have been sealed together. Once my pie crusts have been sealed together with a fork, I'm just going to use a knife to cut the extra pie crust from around the pie. And then I can use that leftover pie crust for whatever I want later. One last thing. Don't forget to poke vent holes into your pie. You can just make little lines like this, or you can get all fancy and creative with a toothpick and start drawing some pictures. So I'm going to pop my pie into my preheated oven and let you know what that looks like when it comes out. And just one more thing I want to show you before I throw the pie into the oven. I like to put a little ring of tin foil around it, shiny side out, to reflect the heat, and that way the edges of the pie don't burn. You can leave it on for half the time and then take it off to let the top of your crust brown evenly, but I tend to just leave mine on and go with it. And here is the apple pie just after it's come out of the oven. It still needs to cool down quite a few bit before you can eat it, but it's quite beautiful and quite delicious. Bon appétit!